Hi everyone! I promised this morning that I'd do a quick little video about how to make some Christmas birds. So here we go. This is what we're going to make. So I'm hoping you'll all join in. Really inspired by watching starling murmurations over the last few weeks, and I thought, actually, do you know what? Christmas is going to be a bit different this year. So I'd like to have my Christmas lunch under a flock of birds. And for those of you who've been in my studio, you know I've got a big hanging rack with lots of crazy things in it, and my studio becomes our Christmas dinner venue, so it's very colourful. So I'm going to make a load of these 3D birds. So I'm going to be having lunch under a flock of birds. Now this bird is the first one I've made, and he's going to have some glitter and sparkles on him, of course, as you would expect. So I will post a picture of that when I've done it, but I want to do my lots of birds before I get all the glitter out, because you know what it's like when you get glitter out, it goes everywhere unless you're really, really careful, which I am, because I'm used to using it a lot, so it doesn't go absolutely everywhere. I've got a tray that I put it on and collect it and everything else. So there we go. So this is what we're going to make. Okay, so I'm hoping lots of you will have a go. Make your own variations, and let's see what we get to making these lovely flocks of birds. So for mine, what I've done is I've actually printed off some of my artwork and cut out the pieces from my artwork, which you can probably see. So some of the flowery stuff I do. This under here is a poppy, a big poppy that I've done it. But you could make this from any paper you've got, magazines or anything else. You just need a piece of cardboard to make it a little bit sort of firmer in the middle, and then you know, a reasonable sort of weight of paper to make the wings, the tail and the eyes. And I'm going to also, which I haven't done yet, but I've decided just now, is to put little holes here and make some little dangly bead feet. So I will post a picture of that when I've done him, and that'll probably be either later today or tomorrow, but just so you can see his little dangly feet. So when he's up here, let me see if I can just move this so you can see. When he's up here, he's going to be hanging up here. Yeah, down this low probably. Lots of sparkle, little dangly feet. All right, but I wanted to get the video out so that you could see and get on and make your own if you wanted to. Okay, right, so first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going, oh gosh, it's going to fall all over the place. I'm twisting it the wrong way. Okay, so hopefully you can get just bear with me while I just get the camera angle right again. Okay, because I'm not being overly technical about this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post the pattern in the Facebook comments so that you can get access to the pattern. So what we've got here is we've got the bird body, we've got the wings, which we need 4 of, so we need 2 of these, and you need to cut them in reverse. So the body is one side and then you reverse it so you've got the pattern on both sides. I keep doing it the wrong way around, but it doesn't matter because I'm making a load, so it just goes on to the next bird. And then you want 4 of the tails, eyes, and 2 beaks, which are a bit darker, so the beak then obviously stands out. If I just again show you, I've just put a little brown beak on him just to make him sort of, you know, just the beak stand out. And on his eye, I've done sort of 3 layers on the eye. I've put 2 on the pattern, and if you want to put a little, sort of just a little blob in the middle for the black bit of the eye, which is a pen or something like that, then that's fine. Okay, right, so let's start. And the glue I'm using, so when you've cut out all your pieces, you want all the pieces to be cut out from, I've just printed mine, all on just ordinary paper for the printer. And you need a cardboard body to give it the firmness, so it's going to sort of not flop all over the place. And it gives stability for the wings and the tail as well. Okay, so those are the pieces. 2 bodies, 4 wings, because you're going to have both sides of 2 wings, 4 tails, you've got 2 tail pieces, again, both sides, yeah? So you need to get this printed out, use your own paper, whatever, your own designs. It'd be nice to see lots of different designs. And then get it all cut out, get it all ready, get some glue. PVA will do. I have to admit, when I'm using paper, I often use a bookbinding glue, which you can get from all sorts of craft shops, yeah. And the reason I like it is it just dries a little bit quicker, but you know, if you're not confident, then PVA glue is absolutely fine. You just might have to wait a little bit for it to, you know, just to dry and stick together. So here's my pieces. Here's my cardboard body, okay? And I have 1 tail piece. Can you see both sides? Yeah, 1 tail piece. And where's the other tail piece? I think I must have moved it. I've got so many pieces here. I've just been cutting them out. So anyway, so we've got we've got two lots of tails, which is fine. So here's two tail pieces. I'm going to use these ones from a different bird. Two tail pieces. And then we've got two wings cut both sides. Yeah, so you've got the pattern on both sides. And we've got two bodies. And the bodies that I've used for this one is just a beautiful sort of leaf pattern that photograph I took when I was in Barnsdale Gardens last time. Right, so let's stick the wings together. So use your glue. And I haven't done one earlier apart from the one that I've just shown you. So you have to bear with me really. But there we go. This is not going to be a long video because it won't take long to glue and everything else together. Okay, now if I'm doing it rushed and it's not quite so neat as it would be normally, please bear with me on that one. Okay, so I've glued one wing. I'm now going to glue the other wing together. Okay. And you can do all sorts of variations on them, do patterns on the tails and, but I've just given you a basic pattern so you can make more cuts, to make the tails different shapes if you want to, and as I say, if you've got particular sort of patterns that you like, that you want to print out, old photographs, whatever it is, just go for it. The more variation we see, the better. You don't have to embellish with glitter if you don't want to. You can just have them hanging up nicely, whichever way it is. So I've just glued two wings together. I've just done one tail. I'm just now doing the next tail. I'm sorry if you can't really see this very clearly at the moment, but it's not rocket science really. But if you have any questions, obviously, just come back to me and I'll clear those up for you. Okay, so I have four tail pieces stuck together to make two tail pieces. I have four wing pieces stuck together to make two wings. I have two separate bodies. Okay, right. So, on the tail pieces, yeah, these stick into each of the bodies. Okay, and what you're going to do is you're going to fold it slightly so it's just going to be at an angle. I don't know if you can see that, I've just done a slight fold. Okay, but I haven't glued it yet, so I'm going to glue it quickly while we're still talking on this very wet day today. It's one of those days, isn't it? It's very dull, so I've got lots of lights on in the studio. Yeah, right, so I have now glued my body with one tail, that's one side. And I'm going to do exactly the same with the other side of the body. So I'm going to just make a little fold in the tail, just so he's angled. And I've done that angle coming out that way. So I want this one coming out as well from here. So let's just put some more of the bookbinding glue on. It's brilliant glue, really quick and easy. But as I say, PVA glue is absolutely fine. So we now have two bodies with their tails. You can see both of those, okay? Two bodies with their tails. And this is the bit where we're going to take the cardboard. And I'm going to actually puncture this to put some ribbon or string or something in to hang him. But you could glue between the wings and the cardboard ribbon if you wanted to. Okay, so we have a body here, and I'm going to just glue them together. So I'm going to glue both sides onto the cardboard. Okay, and this is really going to give me that stability so that it just doesn't flop everywhere, because floppy birds, I'm not sure it's a really great idea. And if you haven't cut them really carefully, don't worry about it, because you can go back and you can just trim them up nicely. Because I don't know about you, I'm not very patient, so I just stick things on and cut around them rather than drawing it all out and everything else. I did draw it out to start with when I first made it. Right, so there's the first side on the cardboard. Yeah, and you can see this side. And he's got a floppy tail. Can you see that? So it gives a bit of movement on the tail. And then we're going to do the other body onto this side. Hope you're keeping up with this. I'm doing it quite quickly, but obviously it gives you the idea, and then you can make, as many or as little as you like. And when you're printing out the pattern sheet, obviously you can do that as an A4 size, but you can also, if you want to, make it smaller or make them bigger so that you're doing bigger birds or smaller birds. So you can get different size birds, okay? So here I've stuck him together, so he's quite firm. You can see he's quite firm now with the cardboard, but he's got a floppy tail. Now on the tail, If you want to, just cut some zigzags out or some little sort of, round bits, so you can make it, whatever shape you want to. You could add buttons or, little beads or, whatever little embellishments. You might have some ribbon or something, just to make it look really pretty. So you can do that. Okay. Now the wings. So the wings on a bird, if you look at this wing on the bird here, I wonder if I can hang him. Can you see the sort of cut bit is at the back towards the tail, and you've got the shoulder bit at the front. Okay, sorry to be so sort of like clear about this, but actually it's quite easy really for you to get them round the wrong way. So fold the top bit. So this is the wing here. You can see the wing. So we've got the shoulder, we've got the back bit, and I'm just folding over about ½ centimetre as a little ridge. And that's what's going to be stuck to the bird. So I hopefully you can see that. Can you see that? I'm holding it really careful. So that's the bit that's going to, and that bit goes down. Okay, so it goes along the back and it goes here. So you've got this lovely wing. Okay, so I'm just going to stick that on. You're better to do that on the wing because you can see what it is that you're actually gluing. So I've just done that on the little bit that I've folded, and we stick it on the bird, and we have to hold that just for a moment, because I say the book binding glue is pretty quick, but if you're using PVA you might have to hold that just for a little while, just to make sure it's stuck and it's in place, because it just takes a little bit longer for it to actually stick. Now at this point it's useful to have something just to perhaps just lean your bird up against, because you want that to be standing upright so that you can actually put his wing on. Got my coffee. Do you know how many cups of coffee and tea go cold on this blooming studio table? I've lost count. It's just endless, absolutely endless. But I do want this one. Yeah, it's getting there. It's getting drinkable. So the same with this one, if you think about it. So you've got your shoulder. Make sure you do your fold in the right direction, because you want your wing to be here, opposite the other one. So glue again. Hopefully you can see this little bird, and I will show him again in a minute. So I've put the glue, I'm not sure if you can see the glue, line of glue along there. Popped it on here. I'm just going to hold it for a second so that the wing is there. And then this is really the stage where you can have the fun. The glitter, the beads, the ribbons, all sorts of things can now come out and go onto the bird. But the last little bits that we're going to put on right now for our bird is the eyes. So I have on the pattern dark little circles, and these are going to be quite tiny, so I'm going to hold it out quite dark little one. And I've got a blue for the middle of the eye. I'm just going to hold that up really closely, and then you can, as I say, just put the iris inside and just make a little dot in the middle. Okay, so I'm just going to glue those together. So we're going to put the eye on, and it does matter really where you put the eye on, because it can give character to the bird, but it's not essential as to where it goes, if you understand what I mean by that. Yeah, so because it can change the character of the bird. So I'm just gluing his little eye on this side, and somewhere I have the little beak bits, but they seem to have just disappeared. So there is the dark beak bits that I talked about. What have I done with those? No idea. They're little, so they disappear. Right, so I'm going to do that bit later. But as I said to you earlier about the dark bits on the one that I did earlier, remember the Blue Peter one that you did earlier, so you can see his dark beak. So glue those bits either side with the eyes, and that's your bird done. There he is. There's the bird that we've just put together in a few minutes. The longest bit is the cutting out, of course, and you can take care. And you can see there might be a little bit white bits here where I've just, I've not done it quite carefully, but you can just trim those off. And there's the next bird. All done. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. It's the first of a number I'm going to do over the next few weeks, because Christmas is going to be crazy this year. And I just thought, let's just do a few little things to make things Christmases a bit better. So one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to do you an ice bowl, which looked amazing on our Christmas dinner table last year. Very easy to do. You just need a freezer, water and some bits to put in it, a couple of bowls, different sizes. Really easy to do. It looks amazing when you've got a candle in it and it's starting to melt. Obviously you put it on a big plate because you're going to catch the water. But that looks amazing. I'm hoping to do like a little felted snowman as well. So I've done some felted snowmen and some of the bits and bobs that are really hopefully easy just to do, that you can do yourself, make them as beautiful, as big or as whatever as you want. We'll do them with the children as well. And let's just have a bit of fun making a few things. Kirsty's got nothing on me. Take care. Bye. See you next time.